Went from condos to Pop's house. On calls, now bus routes.
Yeah. So now it's about to get real, you know why? Because now you 18. You know, the year when immediately most young men find out it's time to go and figure things out on their own, right?
Yeah.
So what was going on in your life at this time? High school is over. Now it's time to get out there.
Yeah, I'm on my own. And so graduated high school. First thing I did was move out. Again, because at the time I'm a dumb teenager rebelling. And so my parents' house represented oppression to me. And so I wanted freedom. I wanted no rules. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. So I moved out. And I'll never forget the conversation. My dad was like, "You'll be back." I took that seriously. Like, it was a challenge almost. Like, no, I won't. Like, I'm not only will I not come back, but now even if I do need to come back, I'm not gonna come back because I was so heavily prideful that I was unwilling to even accept defeat. I'll be just defeated, but I'll be defeated elsewhere.
Yeah.
And so move out, get on my own. Of course, the bad activity is not slowing down. Now you can go to clubs. You're 18 and got no curfew. I had a pretty decent job. I was working at Bank of America at the time, and that I was using pretty heavily a couple of choice drugs, and I ran into some financial issues, got greedy, ended up slipping up while I was there at Bank of America and did something super foolish, which led to really my first serious criminal charges there at Bank of America. And it was it was not fun, man, to have to look my dad and my mom in their eyes, man, in that courtroom and kind of come clean on what I did. They were going to hear it anyway. So I was like, well, might as well tell them. So.
Up to this point, was this the first time you got locked up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had been in jail overnight, like any other kid. You get a speeding ticket, you skip court because you don't got the money to pay the speeding ticket. You could have just taken defensive driving, but instead you chose to skip court. So there's a warrant. You get pulled over again, then you get taken. So I spent several overnighters and then a couple of short stints for like possession here or possession there, or a fight here or a fight there. But this was the first major offense where it was serious jail time that I was looking at on the other side of it. And of course, I didn't have the money for a good lawyer, so I ended up getting a court-appointed lawyer, which is a crazy story because the dude told me to plead no contest because it would work out better for me.
Yeah.
And so what he didn't tell me was that the plea of no contest was pretty much a guilty plea.
Yeah.
And because this was a high-class felony, it was going to stay on my record forever. And that's the financial institution. And so anywhere you go that, finances is involved, this is going to pop on that thing. Now, like I was telling you earlier, I went through a couple of steps to make sure like it doesn't show up in certain arenas.
Yeah.
But as soon as that ink comes out for your fingerprints, it still shows up. And so it's, when you think about, maybe it's a good opportunity. If you're a young person considering doing something for a quick come up, I'm 39 years old now, and that was when I was 17, 18 years old. And so you're talking about 20 years of hindering potential opportunity because of one bad decision that I made because I thought I was smarter than everybody else. And so, and that's what scripture says, right? The ways of a man seem right in his own eyes, but God checks the motives of your heart. And again, another season that had I not gone through that, man, I don't know what would have been next. Yeah. Because when you take a step up like that, from taking a necklace out of someone's house to taking money out of a vault, that's a pretty big step. And had I not been caught up in that, who knows what the next step is after that I would have, attempted to do.
I had to show 'em that I wasn't made.